My name is Brittany. I'm the dorky yarn lady. Today's video is going to be how to crochet this simple crop top that is perfect for summer. I know I said I was going to make a video last year. I didn't get around to it, but here it is. This is a perfect top for summertime because it's made with a sturdy cotton, so you don't have to worry about it stretching out too much. It helps absorb the sweat a little bit. It laces up in the back, kind of like your shoes. Yes. I will do my best, and I will repeat this several times in the video, on the side to include size measurements and instructions for making it different sizes. This is for an adult size, extra small to extra large. And if people are interested, that I plan on making a plus size version of this to make into a video. I do have a paid pattern version of this. I will have it linked in the description box below if you would like to support my channel. It's not necessary, but it's helpful towards me and making more videos in the future. So yes, we will get to the rest of the video now. The materials you're gonna need to make this simple crop top are worsted weight cotton yarn. You can use Lily Sugar and Cream or Peaches and Cream, or mix and match like I'm doing. It doesn't really matter. You'll need at least a couple to a few of these guys. A size H hook or 5mm. You'll also need, it's optional, a stitch marker just in case. At the very tippy top, it's just easier for me to mark, and instead of using an actual stitch marker, I use yarn, just bits of yarn, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle. So I'm going to try my best to put up on screen like the size chart and any additional sizing differences than what I'm doing. I am making this top in a size small, and it's available in adult sizes, extra small to extra large. So I'm going to try to have any extra information you might need on the side from time to time. Okay, so to start, we're going to chain 14. First, make a slip knot. I'm going to just do like that. All right, now we're gonna chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, so now to prevent like a weird gap that tends to happen in the middle of the cup, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be working in the back bumps of the chain. I'll start off by just showing a few stitches. I'll meet you at the end, but row 1, we're going to single crochet across. I'm going to do it in the back bumps of the chain. Okay, so I'm gonna continue off camera, crochet all the way until we get to the last chain. I'll be right back. Okay, so I made it across the chain. You'll have 12 single crochets across here. And into this last chain, you're gonna do 3 single crochets to do the increase. So 1, 2, 3, and into the middle single crochet. You don't have to, it just makes life a little bit easier to put a stitch marker or scrap of yarn scrap through there, so that way you know in the next row where to do the increase at. Okay, so after this it kind of naturally curves, so you're going to turn, because that's what you have to do next, and into each spot down the chain on this side, do a single crochet into each chain spot. Make sure you end with 12 single crochets. So let's see here. Nope. Sorry, I struggled to crochet with the camera. All right, sorry. And I go ahead to make my life just a little bit more easier to crochet over the tail, so I don't have to sew or weave that in later. Yeah, so go ahead, continue down this side, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I'm at the end of row 1. This is what all the sizes should be looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this little tail bit because it's gonna be a little annoying for me later. So I'm just gonna go ahead and snip that off. And now you can change your color if you are gonna be using more than one color. To be honest, I'm just gonna do this, leave a little bit, doesn't really matter. We are gonna be sewing across the bottom later. Why did I cut that? Okay, well, didn't mean to do that. I think I was thinking of doing it one way and I ended up doing it another. Anyway, row 2. So this is the repeat row that you're going to repeat until you get the width of the cup that you want, or as indicated in the pattern. So I went ahead and I attached the yarn. It's kind of wonky. Chain 1, which is kind of what's going on there, and single crochet into each single crochet across. Now it's easier now that we aren't dealing with the chain, in my opinion. So yeah, go ahead and single crochet across into each single crochet spot, and I'll meet you right before the stitch marker right there. All right, so I am 1 stitch before the stitch marker, and into that space go ahead and do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and what I do is to leave a little bit of a tail on the back, and I just into the second, the middle stitch, move up my stitch marker. Ta-da! So now this stitch is marked for the next row. That's where the increase is going to go, and then kind of you turn the work, and now you're going to single crochet across the other side. All right, I am not going to cut off the yarn like I did before. I'm going to just switch to the next yarn color. Go ahead and do the same thing if you were doing more than one color. I simply am not, but I will be right back. Row 3, just repeat of the same row, chain 1, single crochet into each stitch. up to the stitch marker. It's a little bit of a mess, I do apologize. All right, up to the stitch marker I go. And into that marked stitch, go ahead and do 3 single crochets. Place the stitch marker into the middle stitch. So I just simply pulled it through. Excuse me. I pulled the yarn tail through in the middle stitch and then single crochet across the other side into each stitch. I'm doing this in a striped pattern because I'm working on a project that this will match to or closely match to, and it's in striped colors as well. But anyways, I am almost done with 1, 2, 3, row 3. Okay, so I will try to have the numbers up here, but go ahead and repeat row 2 until you get a total number of, for extra small will be 11 rows, small 13 rows, medium 15 rows, large 17 rows, extra large 19 rows. And I'll try to put up here all those numbers. So yeah, repeat row 2 for that many rows as indicated. All right, so my first cup is done. This is 13 rows, and as a reminder, you'll repeat row 2 for extra small 11 rows, small 13 rows, medium 15 rows, large 17 rows, extra large 19 rows. What I did to try to make things a little bit easier for me is after I started a new color, I just kind of crocheted over the tail just so I don't have to do I'm doing half the amount of weaving in ends. But yeah, anyways, this is 13 rows. I'm going to go ahead and make the second cup off camera and I will be back. But also weave in all your ends when you're done with the both cups if you ended up doing like a stripe pattern or something to make the next step easier. Okay, so I have finished both cups and I've woven in the ends. Now this is just a personal preference. It honestly does not matter, but this is what I'm considering the inside part, just because of the last row that you can tell with the stitches. It looks slightly different. Make sure that they're both facing the same way when you do this next step, just so, because they look just fine this way. But for me, I can kind of see there's a little bit of a difference, just as long as they're both facing the same direction. But I consider this part the inside part, like it actually matters. Anyway, both cups. Now we're gonna do the band. Just kind of flip them where these bottom parts are facing up. Grab your hook, your yarn. Start with the slip knot, of course. I'm going to put this guy aside for now. And into this very last first stitch, whatever right here, it might be a little bit difficult if you, I don't know. I crochet My tension is so weird. It's like never there. Okay. I have weird tension. It's probably the ADHD. So now that I got my hook in there, go ahead. Oh, come on. I had you. There we go. The whole thing should not be like this. It's just probably my weird tension. Make a single crochet. I'm going to go ahead and hide the tail like while I'm crocheting. And just do a single crochet stitch into the bottom, kind of like in between the stitches or the rows. All the way across. Okay, so I will continue from here and I'll meet you at the end of this cup to kind of show you what to do next. I have made it to the middle of, or to the end of the first cup. This is completely optional. I do this just because I feel like it's a little bit more sturdy. Work through the very last stitch of the first cup and into the very first stitch of the next cup. Go ahead and single crochet into both of those spaces. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, and then there we go. For me personally, it just feels like it makes things a little bit more sturdy by doing that. All right, so from here, go ahead and just working across, finish single crocheting across the bottom. Until you get to the very end, and I'll meet you back there. Row 2 of the bottom band. I went ahead and I changed colors. Just turn your work, chain 1, and single crochet into every stitch across. I didn't pick up both loops there, sorry. Yeah, make sure to work in both loops through the whole time. I didn't specify. Maybe I should start specifying that more often. Okay, sorry. That was a random thought. Go ahead and single crochet into each stitch across, and we don't even have to worry about the part in the middle. It's already been done, so just go ahead and single crochet into each stitch across, and I'll meet you back at the end. Row 3. All right, so from here, chain 1, and this time we're gonna do a half double crochet into the first stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and half double crochet into the next stitch, and then just half double crochet across the bottom of the cup until you reach the last 2 stitches on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and work the rest of this off camera and meet you the 2 stitches before the last of the row. Okay, so I have made it to the last 2 stitches of the row. Go ahead and chain 1 and half skip the next stitch and half double crochet into that last stitch. Come on, it's going to be a little bit of a pain. There we go. All right, so that is the third row of the band portion. All right, so rows 4 through 6 are repeat rows. I'll go ahead and show you kind of how to do it to start, but you're going to do rows 4 through 6 exactly the same way. Turn your work, chain 1, half double crochet into this first half double crochet, chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, and half double crochet into each of these half double crochets all the way across. Sorry, the gerbil is really active right now, and he likes to chew on paper and cardboard. Okay, so go ahead and continue crocheting, half double crocheting into each stitch across until you get to the last chain 1 half double crochet, and I'll meet you at the end. I have half double crocheted all the way across. Now I'm at the chain 1 space. Go ahead, chain 1 and half double crochet into the last half double crochet. And I did this so it'll be easier with the straps later on. If you want, you can choose whichever hole you want to use to lace the straps through. So yeah, I did that to make lacing up the top later much easier. So from here, you're gonna just turn your work, chain 1 and half double crochet. Repeat that until you have finished row 6. And from there, I'm gonna do that off camera. After that, I will come back and show you the optional bottom part that I really like because I think it's really pretty. But yeah, go ahead, go to row 6 and I'll meet you there, or continue until row 6 and I will meet you there. I have finished row 6, and if you want, you can stop right here and it just be a cute little simple band. You can continue on making it longer if you want, but what I'm going to do is show you the border that I added onto my top. So row 7, chain 1, half double crochet into the same stitch, kind of lock that in there, the tail in there, bloop, chain 1, half double crochet, or skip this chain 1, half double crochet into the next chain 1, and it creates this gap like before, but chain 1, skip the next one, half double crochet into the next one. And it'll create these little spaces. So chain 1, skip the next one, half double crochet, and yeah, you can see the little spaces. Skip chain 1, skip the next one, half double crochet into the next one. Yeah, so go ahead and do that for the rest of the row, and then I'll show you kind of row 8 next. Row 8. From here, we're gonna chain 1, and we're gonna do 4 double crochets into the first chain 1 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 3, and into, we're gonna, oh, I should have explained. So from here, we're gonna be doing what's called a picot or picot. I don't know how it's pronounced. P-I-C-O-T, picot is what I'm going to go with. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the first of that chain 3, make a slip stitch. Bloop, and it creates this cute little bump right here. Now, into the next chain 1 space, we're going to do 4 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And into the next chain 1 space, go ahead and just do a slip stitch. So that's kind of what it looks like. It creates this cute little bottom border of the band. What's going on? Oh, I got it caught. Here we go. All right, so sorry about that. Into the next chain 1 space, do 4 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, into the first of the chain 3, slip stitch to make the picot, whatever, sorry, and into the next chain 1 space, do 4 more double crochets. 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go ahead and make 1 more of these on camera and then meet you at the end of the row after that. So into the next, do a slip stitch. Yeah, just slip right into there, and into the next chain 1, do 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into the first chain of that chain 3, and then 4 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch into the next chain 1 space. Go ahead and continue this, and I will meet you at the end of the row. I have made it to the end of the row, and I've got 2 chain 1 spaces left. So from here, you're just going to do your 4 double crochets, not chain 4, 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, picot, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into the first of the chain. Oops, skip over to the next. 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into the very first half double crochet, make a slip stitch. All right, so that's what the bottom edge of the top looks like. It's pretty darn cute if you ask me. Okay, so go ahead and fasten off from here. Cut your yarn, give it a little bit of a length to sew in. Cut it off. All right, next step, the straps. Go ahead and flip your top to where the point of the triangles are facing up. I kept the stitch markers where they were for a reason. That way we can know where to attach the straps at. Let's see here, here's the tail. So from here, I'll once again try to put up on the side some measurements just to attach the yarn to the top right there, the very middle stitch of the 3, and yeah, where the stitch marker is at. Attach your yarn and just do a long chain. I chose 35 inches for a size extra small, 40 inches for a size small, 45 inches for a size medium, 50 inches for a size large, 55 inches for a size extra large. So what I mean is make a chain those numbers. So I'm working on a small. I'm going to make a chain that is about 40 inches long. And do that for both cups. Attach the yarn, make a chain however long you want, but the inches I suggested is just what I came up with. And optional, if you feel like you need a little extra support, you can go through and slip stitch back down the chain. I'm not going to do that because it's not necessary, and that kind of for some reason shortens the chain a little bit. But yeah, so go ahead, attach your yarn, make a chain however long you want, or as indicated, as I had said, for both cups. I'll do a little bit more on camera, just a few more chains. So yeah, make a chain as long as you want, or as I had said, like I said a few times before, and I will make both of these off camera. And I'll be back to show you how I lace up the top, because that can get a little confusing sometimes. So I'll be back. Okay, so I have woven in all my ends and I've attached the straps. I made a chain about 40 inches long on both sides. So from here to lace up the top, think of it as if you're trying to lace up your shoes or tie your shoes, essentially. Go from one side, cross over to the other. So from left to right, right to left. So I'm going to take this left side first, and into this first chain one spot, put the yarn through and pull just like that. Then on the other side, right to left, take this yarn and put it into the first chain one space. Stick it through. There we go. And repeat. First, I'm going to do from the right side into this last chain right here where this double crochet is. You can do it anywhere you want. I just feel like going through here. Oop, it got caught. Pull. Same with the other side. Take that right side chain. That's from up here to down over here on the bottom. Pull and tighten up. And having it pre-laced like this kind of helps with putting it on later, because it makes it, oops, here's some yarn bits, makes it easier so you don't have to try to lace it up while you're putting it on. And then simply make a little bow and you are done with your top. Oh, okay, a little less like a bow, but you know what I mean. Just tie it up to where you can undo this later. Let me try that again. I promise I know how to tie my shoes. Sometimes I forget. Don't wear laces that often. Yeah, just go ahead and tie it off to where you can untie it later, so don't like tie it in a knot. But you do you. There you go. Yep. And then now you can wear your new crop top. And there you go. So I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. But yeah, here is this simple crop top. Thank you for watching. Bye.